Welcome to the Minnesota American Legion Patriots podcast. I'm Mike Perry, your host for this session. And with me today, I have an old colleague of mine who I'm proud to say I served in the Minnesota Senate with. We have David Brown with us today. And by golly, Dave, it is great to see you here at Fall Convention at the American Legion.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. It's so good to see you. It's very good to see you. It's been a while.
It sure has.
Yeah.
I mean, walking by and I'm sitting there going, I think I remember this guy. I know, but it's exciting to get back to seeing some of the old colleagues and the old senators, and even when we are out and about and bump into some of the House members
Right.
who are no longer serving, but you go back to the days. And
Yes.
It's kind of like being a veteran. You talk about the good old days.
That's
you know?
right. Whether they were good or not.
Exactly. So let's start here. Advocate Health Advisors.
Yes.
What is it?
So we are what's called, we're in the Medicare space. So we work with people who need Medicare, but we're what's called a field marketing organization, and we're national. So we're in every state across the country, and we're founded by a veteran. Dr. Darwin Hale is our founder. He's a retired colonel. And we also have a director within the company who deals just with veterans issues. So because Dr. Hale is a retired veteran, we put a big emphasis on working with veterans who need help with their Medicare. And there's a lot of veterans who don't know all the ins and outs of what's available for them.
Well, Dave, I have to say this, sometimes you're so bombarded with Medicare this, Medicare
Yes.
that. I mean, emails, text messages, Facebook and everything. How does one get through that?
Well, hopefully most people are going to go through an agent, because a good agent can help you with that. But when you see Joe Namath on TV or J.J. Walker, they're talking about plans that most of those plans aren't even available in Minnesota. So don't waste your time calling those people, because they're trying to put you on a plan. They'll ask you for your zip code. They'll find out you're from Minnesota. Oh, sorry, we can't help you. Find a good agent, and that's one thing that I do. I recruit agents, but I also still sell Medicare. So I love working with veterans to explain the ins and outs of what they're doing and why, all this stuff they're getting in the mail, I can look at it for them and say, yeah, just throw it away. I can help you with all that. So.
Okay. Yeah. So what are some of the key things?
So, well, for veterans, for instance, or for anybody, you want to make sure that your prescription drugs are covered. But for a veteran who uses two things. A veteran who uses the VA is probably getting their meds through the VA, or if someone has TRICARE. Either one of those options, there are what's called zero premium plans from most of the carriers in Minnesota that, in addition to giving you medical coverage, say you need to take an ambulance to a hospital and the VA hadn't approved it yet, this gives you coverage for an ambulance ride to the local hospital. But most of these veterans plans now, they're going to pay back part of your Part B premium. So with Medicare, original Medicare, you have Part A and Part B. Part B, you have a monthly premium that, if you're collecting Social Security benefits, comes right out of your Social Security check. There are plans in Minnesota that will pay up to X number of dollars back, so your Social Security check goes up by that amount. Yeah, so, and along with that, you get dental, vision, and hearing benefits, you get over-the-counter benefits, you get free gym membership, and you don't pay anything for the plan.
No, wait a minute. That sounds almost too good to be true, Dave.
It does almost sound too good to be true, but they're designed for veterans. Veterans earned it. So a veteran, I run into it all the time. A veteran, maybe they have a Medicare supplement plan that they're paying almost $300 a month for, but they're only using the VA. You're throwing that money down the drain. You don't need to be paying $300 a month for a supplement plan if the only place you're going for your care is the VA. You can get a zero premium plan, and you talk about, sounds too good to be true. Across the country, these zero premium plans are the most popular Medicare Advantage plans that exist, but in Minnesota, not the case. Minnesotans have that mindset, if I'm not paying for it, it's got to be too good to be true. No, these are from the government. They're designed, they're from private insurance carriers, but they're Medicare, so they're governed by CMS Medicare. And they're not too good to be true. They're something that veterans should be taking advantage of if they're not already.
So how does one go about finding out more?
Okay, So, well, contacting me for one, and whether it's me or an agent, I can put them in. I can put an agent in contact with them. But I don't know if you want me to give out my cell number or web address.
Absolutely, you can. Matter of fact, while you do that, I'm going to look down here, and I'm going to. Well, wait a minute. I have it on your card. You go ahead.
Yeah. So you can call my cell number 612-802-5828. And that's probably the easiest way to reach me. But I cover the state of Minnesota, so I'm more than happy to if a veteran calls me and says, I need help with this, I'll go meet with them in person if they want. People don't come to me, I go to them.
I see.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Is there any one thing that the veteran out there should understand and know?
Well, the veterans I really have a heart for, maybe the ones who have limited incomes now that they're retired. What they should know is you can get part of that money back at no expense to you. Your Social Security check will go up by $60 a month, $100 a month, depending on the plan you go with. That's money that they need for something. So that's one thing they should know. And also, maybe they don't get dental benefits or vision benefits from the VA. They can get those benefits at no cost to them through one of these Medicare Advantage plans. They can get a free gym membership. When I say over-the-counter benefits, you can get like X number of dollars every quarter. You can go to Walmart and use your insurance card or Walgreens or CVS, and you get free stuff up to an X number of dollars per quarter. Things that you're going to use like bandages or cough medicine or headache medicine, whatever. It's a way to help them save money.
So you bring up a good point. People in Minnesota believing, well, if it sounds too good to be true, it's not true. And truly, Dave, I'm amazed.
Yeah.
Just because I get so much stuff in the mail, I just toss it.
Yeah.
Because it always leads to one thing, you're going to spend this amount of money, or for this amount of money, we're going to give you this much coverage. And this sounds like it's totally different.
Well, so with these carriers, insurance carriers, they're reimbursed by Medicare. Or not reimbursed, but they're paid X number of dollars a month to take care of you. So that's where they're getting their money. It's very similar to, you'll have a veteran say, well, I don't want to use the VA because I want to leave it for veterans who really need it. That's not the way it works.
Right.
When a veteran decides to go to the VA maybe once a year, the VA is getting money from the federal government to care for them. So it actually helps the VA if veterans would go there maybe once a year, because then they get bigger reimbursement from the federal government than the idea that, I want to save it for the veterans who really need it. That's not the way it works. Same with Medicare Advantage. When somebody signs up for a zero premium plan, the CMS, it's called Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, they're paying that insurance carrier X number of dollars a month to take care of the veterans. So they earned it. In my mind, a veteran, if you serve this country, you earned being able to get this plan, and they should be taking advantage of it.
Any final thoughts that we can put out to our viewers today?
Yeah, we're a good company to work with, again, because we're owned by a veteran. We have a huge focus on veterans, so feel free to give me a call. And if I can't help you, I'm going to connect you with an agent in your area who will help you. We're here to help, so we want to.
Well, Senator, once a senator, always a senator. I just thank you very much. It was so great to connect with you again.
Yeah, you too, Senator Perry.
And down the road, we might touch base again, because I might have some more questions, or we might have some of our listeners and viewers that have questions that might field them to me, and I'd be happy to have you back on the show.
That's wonderful. I'd love to.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
You've been listening to the Minnesota American Legion Patriots podcast. Join us every Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock for a new podcast, and then some will filter in and out throughout the week. I'm Mike Perry, the host, and remember, until we meet you again next week, be the one.